guys! Today I'm going to review Cat People.
Across the centuries comes this exciting story of a modern girl cursed by an ancient legend. The legend of the Cat People.
Cat People came out in 1942 and is an American supernatural horror film. It was the first of 9 horror films that Val Lewton produced. It was directed by Jacques Tourneur. Jacques Tourneur would also direct I Walked with a Zombie in 1943 and The Leopard Man, also in 1943, for Val Lewton. And he's most famous for the film Night of the Demon in 1957, which I've reviewed on the channel. The music was by Roy Webb. The film only runs 73 minutes and cost $135,000 to make. However, the film became a massive hit for RKO and influenced many other films. There was a sequel in 1944 called The Curse of the Cat People, and a remake was made in 1982 starring Natasha Kinski. Also, a film called Cat Girl in 1957 was an unofficial remake starring Barbara Shelley. The film's famous for a jump scare featuring a bus, and this would later be called the Lewton Bus, and this jump scare would be used in other films. One of the characters in Cat People, called Dr. Judd, reappears in The Seventh Victim, even though he appears to die in Cat People. Cat People is now a cult film among fans. The film stars Simone Simon, Kent Smith, Jacques Holt, Tom Conway and Jane Randolph. So this is a film about a woman who thinks she'll turn into a cat if she's intimate with her husband. Because of where she used to live, there's this legend about people turning into cats when they're intimate.
People bowed down to Satan and said their masses to him. They had become witches.
So this is the first of 9 horror films that Val Lewton produced. The first was Cat People in 1942. Then, in 1943, he did I Walked with a Zombie, The Leopard Man, The Seventh Victim, The Ghost Ship. In 1944, he did the sequel to The Cat People called The Curse of the Cat People. In 1945, he did The Body Snatcher and Isle of the Dead. And the last film, in 1946, was Bedlam. So, Cat People stars Simone Simon. She has a really terrible accent in this film. There's at times I can't understand what she's on about. It's almost as worse as my accent.
I'm not an artist,
Oh, what's all this?
but I do sketches for fashion drawing.
Oh, may I see it?
Oh no, it's not good. If I let you see it, you might not want to know any artist.
She plays a character called Irina. She marries this American guy wanting to be intimate with her, but she's terrified in case she turns into this cat person. Kent Smith plays her husband, and his character's called Oliver Reed. Eh? Bloody Oliver Reed? Yes, Bones, the character's unfortunately called Oliver Reed. So there's a good chemistry between the two leads, but it seems a bit weird when he suddenly says, I'm in love with you.
You love me, Irina. You know I love you, don't you?
He's hardly met her, but it's probably meant to be time past. And then he said that. But while you're watching the film, it takes you aback a little bit, because he's just gone on a date with her, and then he confesses he loves her the day after or whatever. So after Irina and Oliver Reed, they get married, and suddenly she doesn't want to share the room with them. They have to sleep in separate rooms, even on the wedding night. Bloody hell, separate bloody rooms on the wedding night? To hell with that bugger. I'd want a bloody shag.
Oh my God!
Is that what I said?
There's actually a clever subtext in the film that she might actually be a lesbian. So that's like the hidden message of the film. Her fear of men. In the actual film, it's a fear of her turning into a cat person. But that's kind of like the message that a lot of critics have seen in the film. And it's a clever representation of a woman being a lesbian and afraid of her husband. I think what makes this film stand out, and one of the best things about the film's the use of shadows. It's very clever, and A lot of these black and white films were good at that, creating dark shadows. And there's a whole genre about it called film noir, where it involves the use of shadows in films. And there's some great moments as well in this film. I like the classic scene where this woman's walking along a road through a pool of light with the street lights. So there's circles of bright light where she's walking. You hear the footsteps and you know something's going to happen to her. And there's the famous jump scare where you hear this roar. You think it's going to be a bloody monster, but it's the bus. It's really clever. I thought that was a great moment. There's also a weird dream sequence, animation for the cats. So it's like a cartoon, but it's really unusual. For me, best of all was where this girl's getting threatened in the swimming pool. She knows she's going to be attacked, so she goes into the centre of the swimming pool. The lights go off, so the use of shadow again, and she sees something on the edge of the swimming pool and makes a scream. I thought that was really good scene, lots of tension in that one. That was kind of the best moment of the film for me, that. So Irena sees a psychiatrist called Dr. Judd. He actually fancies her and wants to go with her. And he actually appears again, the same character in The Seventh Victim. So that was a good bit of continuity as well. There's a scene where her husband, Oliver Reed, confesses to her that he's in love with his assistant, who he's working with, allowing her to have a divorce so he can go with her. Hey, Phil, I know why he went with his bloody assistant instead of his bloody wife. She'll drop her bloody knickers. It's the only bloody chance he'll have a pussy. And you feel sorry for Irena because it's not really her fault. She's a very tragic character. The film's not without its faults though. The ending's poor, where Irena lets this panther out of the cage at the zoo. It attacks her, but you don't really see it. All I saw was it pushing her aside. But supposedly she dies because of that. So the panther gets killed, and then they see her on the ground dead. So it's strange that maybe her soul goes into the panther and the cat gets killed and then she dies. It's a very strange ending, that. Simone Simon also reappears in the sequel, The Curse of the Cat People, playing a ghost. So that was good continuity. So overall it was a very good film with the use of black and white photography. All the shadowy moments were really good. I enjoyed that. And these type of films that Val Lewton produced, they made a change from what we were getting at the time. During the 40s it was mostly the Universal monster movies, whereas this subtle horror was a change of pace for the audience. However, sometimes it's too subtle, almost verging on nothing happening. But they are really good films, and this was a great start, the first of 9. So out of 10, I'd give this one a good solid 8. 8 out of 10. Could have been better, if there wasn't a bit more horror to it. So what do you think, Bones? Did you like it? No bloody happened in the bugger. You said that the bloody film was full of pussy. Wait, it was? What's full of pussy? It's about cats, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe and share. Bye everyone. Bye.
Ever been.
I just couldn't wait to get the tins and give it to the cats. I haven't seen him eat anything as enthusiastically as he did.
Whiskers keeps getting better. That's why in tests, 8 out of 10 owners who expressed a preference said their cats preferred it.